Okay, so here they're saying the set, and then they have these two brackets, right? Oops, just different colors so you can see that. The bracket right here, it doesn't really signify anything. There's on the curved brackets would signify, if you saw this, that you don't include 11 in the set. And the square brackets would include, yes, 11 is part of the set. But if you don't see curved or square brackets, if you see something like this, you can just assume that they're brackets surrounding the elements of the set. So this is an element right here of the set. An element means an individual member of the set, and so is 12. All that being said, in this set we have two numbers, 11 and 12. And they're giving us different set builder notations that represent that. So I would say that number 1 is out. And in fact, 1 is an empty set, right? Which is an interesting case. You can draw the two brackets or a 0 with a line through it. Think about what this is saying, and I'll write over here. X, right, is the variable they give you, such that, this line means such that, 11 is less than x, which is less than 12. So 12 and 11 are the boundaries of x, and x is greater than 11 but less than 12, and x has to be an integer. Well, there are no numbers between 11 and 12 that are integers, right? There are only fractions between. So in fact, there is no variable that solves this. So that is empty. The next one has 12 for a variable but not 11. It says x such that x is greater than 11 but less than or equal to 12, where x is an integer. Well, x can't be greater than 11. It has to be greater than or equal to 11 because 11 is in our set. Less than or equal to 12, that's okay, but it's got to be also equal to 11. So 2 is out. 3 is out because, I'll write it in case you can't see it. X such that what? Well, x is actually greater than or equal to 10, but less than 12, where x is an integer. Well, x can't be greater than or equal to 10 because that would include 10, 11, right, but not 12. But here, in fact, we have 11 and 12 included, so we can't include 10. That's not in our set. So the answer, right, is not 3, but 4. If you look at the way they formatted it, this they do this pretty common. It's pretty common for them to do this, where you say x is greater than 10. Okay, we can see that. Change colors. X is greater than 10, but it's less than or equal to 12. Well, here, what numbers are greater than 10, but less than or equal to 12? What's 11 and 12? Right? You don't include 10. 10 is not in the boundaries, and they don't include it here. But the next integer would be 11, which is what they include here. Probably what makes the most sense for this, if I was to write it, I would just write x such that, right, x is greater than or equal to 11, right, but less than or equal to 12, where x is an integer. And you can write that fancy, x is an element of the integers. That just means x is an integer. And that's correct as well. But there are different ways to write this, and they're just showing it to you. All right, hope that helped.